On this week's episode, we talk about Honor Society.
And other pop culture news. We saw a couple things this week. One is like, it's actually old, but after the Olympics, have been so long ago. We were roving on Peacock, and we saw this movie that was on my list for a while. Because it had two interesting people. It had Angourie, I don't know if that pronunciation is right. Rice, the Angourie report. Rice is rice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Malcolm. Oh, it's not Malcolm. What's his bucket?
Gaten?
Gaten McFadden. Is that
Nope.
McFadden? No.
Matarazzo?
Matarazzo. Yeah.
Okay.
Gaten McFadden is someone else.
Or yeah.
Gaten McFadden is Dr. Crusher, right?
Yes. Gates McFadden.
Gates McFadden.
That's not even
McFadden? Not
Yeah.
McFadden?
No.
Okay. Anyways, he from Stranger Things. Really nice guy. And she from what? She was on Spider-Man, the latest trilogy. She was on the
Mayor of Easttown.
Mayor of Easttown with
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. She was what else? She was the daughter again with Jennifer Garner. What the last thing he said?
That's right. I'd forgotten that one.
And she's on the new iteration version of Mean Girls.
Yes.
Which we didn't see, but we know she's there. So I was like, oh, that's an interesting combination. So I put it on my list a while ago, but there's other things with more power of attraction, with more cachet, if you may. But it happened. Some technical difficulties happened, and we ended up watching this one, and it was interesting. Wait, did you mention the name of the movie? It's called
Honor Society.
Honor Society on Peacock.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. It starts out like a lot of
Rushmore.
Yeah, like Rushmore, elements of like Ferris Bueller, like a lot of like the teenage.
Oh, there's a lot of
a little bit of Mean Girls, yeah.
A lot of fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, breaking the fourth wall. Teenager laying out her whole plan for life, explaining like the high school dynamic. The characters kind of fill in like different high school stereotypes and things like that. So it starts off a lot like other high school teenage-led movies that we've seen. So I wasn't like super engaged, but
bits of election.
Yes, that's the other one. But it takes a turn, or it doesn't take a turn. Rather, it evolves and grows into something that I found a lot more interesting and meaningful. And I actually really like this movie. It was nice. I say that a lot. Anyway.
I mean,
nice. That's like the most generic,
if you liked it, you liked it. Yeah, it was like I joke in some movies, if not a lot of movies. I keep spitting theories in the beginning. I did spit one. There was at the end. There was a little bit of what I said. But the movie moved, and it was like I dropped that and followed the journey with the characters, and it turned out that it came, and when it came, it was surprising the way they did, and it was that was pretty cool. I thought it was creative. It was kind of a little bit bold. Casting was definitely something key to make this movie work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the casting did help a lot. I thought she was a great leading lady. She carries, obviously because like the fourth wall breaking and everything, we spend a lot of time with her, and she totally carries the movie. She does a great job. But I think what really kind of stole the show for me is the way these characters grow and evolve in just like really beautiful and meaningful ways. We start out with some like very shallow high school stuff, like I have to get into Harvard, and so I have to be this person, and like these are my friends, and these are the pigeonholes that everybody fits into. But it just gets a lot deeper and more beautiful, but without that super annoying trope of like the freaks and geeks transforming themselves into somebody more socially acceptable.
What are you talking about? There was freaks and geeks transforming themselves.
But they didn't. I mean, did they transform themselves, or did they just become like more
Like the lady, the
more
theater,
fleshed out and evolved and committed to who they already were?
No, she was like a social pariah. She was, and then she bloomed out of that and became. She got friends. She got a passion.
Yeah, but did she actually change, or did people just start interacting with her?
Because
She
changed.
was still her freaky, geeky little theater nerd self,
she-
but
she-
people started spending time with her.
Lord, she went bowling. She never bowled before.
Okay, yeah, so people like change and evolve, but it's not like a 180. We're like, oh my gosh, the nerd is hot now. It's like, nope,
usually
the
just
nerd's still a nerd.
it's usually just the glasses.
Yeah, nobody took off their glasses or like took out a ponytail or something.
Oh, that's
stupid
right.
Like that.
Kind of nerds
Or
like
like
this.
untucked a shirt.
The nerds
They were
never
still-
wore glasses on this thing. What?
Oh yeah. The point is, the character development was awesome, and I really loved it. Okay, I think it was a good movie. I would like to see more
nice.
from this actress whose name I can't remember.
Angry. I think is that an old lady's name?
Ingrid?
Angourie. Angurie. Angourie. I always think.
No, that sounds like, I don't know. Maybe
I always
it's
think
like
it's like
Irish
she has
or
a
something.
127 years old lady's name.
I've never
Angry.
heard that name before.
I'm so angry with you, Angry.
That's, huh?
Oh, maybe it's Angourie. I don't know. It's yeah.
Well, either way, I just rambled on for a while. It's a lovely movie, and I definitely recommend it.
It was fun. It was it was kind of, the guy they are going to Harvard for a reason, but she changes. She might go to, where's that place? Where it takes place? It doesn't say, right? California. It's California.
No, it's cold the whole time.
It's cold?
Yeah.
Okay. Canada?
No.
Canada's cold the whole time.
It's either California or Canada.
But Canada
Oh, Canada.
But Canada is
No,
cold
like
the whole
Michigan or
time.
something.
Michigan.
I don't know, yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
Uh,
she might end up going to some
Yeah.
A
state school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like going to some minor Ivy League. I don't know, Yale or some crap like that. Yeah. Anyways, Honor Society is available on Peacock. It's fun. It's funny. It had some writing things that like kind of cause noise on the ear. Like some of, there's not a lot, but some of the things she says as a teenager is like, yeah, this was written by an adult, and you can tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing when you're writing outside of like who you actually are.
Yeah.
But
It's anyways. But besides that, it's overall entertaining. I was compelled to watch the movie because of the trailer and the people, and in the end, I'm glad I did, because it had some interesting developments. And McLovin is there too.
yes.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse or Place. Anyways,
Yep.
and yeah.
Okay. So Honor Society on Peacock. Go watch it. It's a delight.
Also on Peacock, there's this Roman Empire story. Those about to die.
It was such a disappointment. I went with very high expectations because the trailers are all like Roman Empire, chariots, gladiators, Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. White lions, blood.
Yeah.
That-
Political intrigue.
Yes.
Amazing sets.
And costumes are good too.
The costumes were cool. I felt like the
Yeah.
sets looked so fake.
Yeah.
90%. Like I've just been
Yeah.
very disappointed. Granted, I went in with very high expectations, but holy cow.
Yeah, it had so many problems. Cast. the cast is gigantic. There's so many characters. They didn't, and there's not like there's so many characters like characters that will move the story because they are different. There's three families. The show is basically three families. The Emperor's family, which has three main characters: the Emperor and his sons. He already has two sons, which is like, wow, that's enough to write an entire show, right? Then we have this people from Namibia.
Numidia.
Numidia, because there's a country in South
not
Africa,
old Midia.
Namibia.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but so there's these characters that end up being taken to Rome as slaves. So there's a mother and three kids already, enough to be an entire different show. And last we have three brothers from Spain. And all that is not even like the main character.
Yeah.
The main character is a single man called Tenax, who grew up in the gutters of Rome, grew up in Circus Maximus, and rose to become an owner of a betting place or whatever they call it.
Yeah, tavern.
Tavern. The tavern at the street is the laboratory. Anyways, all these characters have their own stories. Some shouldn't, because there's too many, and the stories are similar. And I think they messed up so much with so many characters, because getting close to the end, the fate of some of these characters are basically the same. Let me put it this way: two of the brothers die. I was like, oh, what a surprise! Because if you
we're just gonna drop some spoilers and spare you.
I mean, if you wanna keep this going, you're gonna have to kill some of these characters, and they do. And when they do, it's like not surprising, because it's like, oh, okay, he died. Because it was like feeling too much. So I don't know. I think there was the script was. The script was very problematic, and having so many characters, I think it was one of the biggest flaws.
Yeah, and they didn't, because I was thinking about other shows that have large, like big groups of characters, but that are somehow better written. Like House of the Dragon, we've got a lot of moving pieces, a lot of players, a lot of things going on, but everybody becomes relevant at some point to like the main plot, like the main drive, and the writing is a lot tighter, a lot more efficient, more elegant, or whatever you want to call it, that we're able to like really get to know them and get emotionally invested in them in not a lot of time. Here they just completely failed.
Since you mentioned the House of the Dragon, and they did that in the House of the Dragon, I might touch this later. But something, let's go back to Game of Thrones, right? A big nucleus, a big family of characters. Alone, the Starks, right? We have House Stark, we have Ned, the father, the mother, and so many kids they have. How do they make that work? They split that. Like Jon goes to the wall, right? The little kid goes join the Raven Adventures and goes away. The Ilya, is that Arya goes to King's Landing and then becomes an apprentice, and then goes to the Unfazed Society. She goes somewhere else. The red hair Sansa gets it. They split the whole thing. You know, it's like it's a family, but it's such a great way to make every character important,
and everybody somehow is connected to the main point of Game of Thrones, which is like who's gonna end up on the throne. And everybody at some point, either the character is just like present, like Sansa for a little while just kind of a pawn getting thrown around, but she's at King's Landing, and so we're like connected to everything happening there. And anyway.
Yeah, and the emotional commitment when you see the family split, when it finally comes, if it comes, they to get back together. You know, it's like what a what is it like? What a joy to see my loved characters getting back together. So, but you know, it's like there's ways to deal with huge number of characters, not getting them all together in the same place with the same goals, with the same flaws. They did on the House of the Dragon. They did that with Damien. He goes away, and he has a whole story going on there. He's also a whole traumas and goals, and you know he was not only there with Rhaenyra, because they'll be boring. They would either fight all the time.
Yeah.
No, there's ways to do that. That show, those About to Die didn't do that.
They really, and I think I've said this before. You know, at the end of Ratatouille, when the food critic, Ego, whatever his name is.
Maniac.
Something like that. He talks about how, Anton Ego, that's his name. And he talks about how easy it is to criticize, or to be a critic, and what really takes courage is to go out and create. And like, I respect that. But this one, they just started strong, started with so much potential, and just really dropped the ball. Our characters we never have a chance to get emotionally invested in anybody. And then there's like twists and turns that make no sense whatsoever. And then they try to give them like emotionally impactful lines, like, "You never understood me," but it doesn't mean anything at all. Like, it's hard to care. Like, this mother who's trying to rescue her enslaved children, she gets to Rome within like the second episode. She has a high-paying job, and she's already rescued one of them.
Yeah.
Which, like, yes, yay, we don't want our children to be in slavery, but like, it's hard. It was just hard getting emotionally invested in anybody.
And timing in the show is terrible, because on an episode, a lot going on. There might be weeks, months, if not years. The guy gets stabbed to die, and then next scene he's recovered. Yeah,
this guy was fully impaled, and I can believe that he recovered, because he's like Mr. Scary Man Gladiator. But like, we see his full, bare, shiny, sweaty torso. There's nothing.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about Tanix. Okay. He gets stabbed, and he's laying in bed, almost dying. And it was like, I don't know, in Game of Thrones, to mention another show, people, the kid that fall from the, you know, he stays like really bad for a couple episodes or something like that. Or any other, and
for the rest of the show, he's in a wheelchair. And
sure, or any other crisis for that matter. It takes a little bit long to create a suspense of disbelief. In this one, it's like a couple seconds, a couple minutes, they cut to a future, and they don't. I mean, I'm not saying they have to explain, but it's not clear how long, because it was so fast. It was literally seconds, and they do that all the time. Time goes like.
The time makes no sense. It was a bummer. If you're gonna take on something massive like that, like, you've got to be careful.
Yeah,
you got to be careful. There are a lot of digital sets that look terrible. They look so fake. It's just they bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. The commercials might get you excited.
Yeah, there was nobody. I was like, this guy, my guy. I said, no, okay. I hope the lion eats you. I hope the lion eats you. You. Can we cut the last 3 episodes?
Yeah.
Anyways, those About to Die, available on Peacock. But if we watch this, so you don't have to.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay, let's talk about some other pop culture news this week. Nobody 2 is coming, and we're getting some casting.
Colin Hanks is going to be involved. Nobody was good. And the universe of John Wick. We saw another Nobody on John Wick 4. So they connected in good ways. Let's see what happens on Nobody 2.
I love the first one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Okay, and then we've got a whole bunch more from D23, including a bunch of stuff from Pixar.
Yeah, Pixar coming out with a whole wave of new stuff, including Toy Story 5.
That's right, 5.
They're gonna play this character until they die.
Remember in Back to the Future 2, I think? When he's outside the theater, Jaws like 35 or something, and the holographic shark comes out. Anyway, that's what this is making me think of.
Yeah.
Toy Story 1 through 3 are perfect.
Keep it quiet. Don't say things like that. It
Sorry.
might give you people ideas, and they might come up with more Jaws.
Yeah, well.
Still sharks out there.
There are still sharks.
Yeah.
Only this time it'll be a friendly shark.
Oh, tubarão. Oh, he didn't do the dance.
Sorry.
He was supposed to dance in the beginning.
Okay, so Toy Story 5 is coming. Andrew Stanton is slated to write and direct.
Yes. Incredibles 3. Of everything Disney been remaking, sequelizing. I think even though I kind of didn't like the second one, and the reason I didn't like the second one because it was basically the first one. But now instead of the guy, is the girl. So I was like, geez, guys, come on. It's like, we don't have time for this. And I mean, you don't have time for this is because we had the first one. And many years later, we had the second one. And they basically do the same thing. It's like investing on the same formula, but like really the same formula because it didn't change almost like anything. So yeah, I had my issues with the second one, but I honestly think that Incredibles has potential because there's a family of superheroes, and Marvel is finally doing again, and this time it looks like they're gonna drop the ball again. Fantastic Four and Incredibles are a lot like the Fantastic Four.
Sure, I can see that.
Yeah, so they even have a
stretchy.
Yeah, stretchy, strong, invisible, and fast. So they're only missing fire. But the kid,
Jack.
But he has multiple powers, right?
He does, but like fire is on the list.
Yeah, he's a super scroll, combining powers. Anyways, so I honestly think there's potential. So hopefully this time they will do something cool, funny, and interesting, different than what they did with the second one, but having the heart of the first one with good ideas. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm optimistic for it. They're also coming out with an actual like new one called Hoppers, starring John Hamm, which features robotic beavers.
Yeah. Well, it has John Hamm, but there's something more interesting about this one. It's directed by Daniel Chong, the creator and producer of We Bear Bears.
Oh, okay.
We Bear Bears is very fun.
It's delightful. Yeah.
So
it's light and sweet and funny.
We'll see what they can come up with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really no idea where they're going to go with robotic beavers, but this is the studio that brought us Toys with Feelings and Feelings with Feelings.
Elements
and Cars with Feelings. Yes, Elements with Feelings. So if anybody can do it.
Yeah. And we'll see. Daniel Chong, if we're lucky, we might hear Grizz in the back.
Yeah.
Or even what was his superhero?
Oh no.
Crowbar Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pam and Ice Bear. If you're lucky, we see some of these people there.
That'd
or
be
their
fun.
voices. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Okay. So. Some meh, but some with real potential coming out of Pixar. Frozen 3 has a 2027 release date.
Okay.
I thought they wrapped up the second one really beautifully.
So when comes the summer, so this Frozen melts.
Zootopia 2 is getting Ke Huy Quan to play Gary the Snake.
Yeah. The first,
we don't know who that is, but
the first one wasn't bad. It had problems. I thought it was fun. And I don't know. It's like after so long, some sequels is like, really? Why? Well, we'll see.
Yeah, it could be fun. This next one, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. a live action Lilo and Stitch. So they did, it wasn't even a teaser, just like a little first look at what was basically a first look at live action Stitch. And here's the great irony. Of course, Stitch isn't live action. He's animated because he's a little alien creature.
Yes.
But I mean, he looks good. The audience was excited. Lilo and Stitch is such a beautiful, perfect little animated movie. Like, why mess with it? But we'll see.
Yeah, they want money. That's why.
Yeah.
Anyways, what else? We have. You don't have Moana here anywhere?
Yeah, it's right here at the end.
Oh, full length. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta talk about Moana at the end. So
okay.
Stick around.
Well, we're at the end.
No, we still have Lilo.
That's what I just talked about.
Yeah, so I guess
okay.
we are talking about Moana.
Unless, I mean, it's entirely possible I've forgotten something else.
Yeah. Moana 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sequel to Moana 1. No, Moana.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Woo!
Bless you.
Okay. So, yeah, Moana, Maui, fighting something that's not clear what it is, and moving people to the islands and taking care of family, and that's all.
It looks lovely. Yes, we've got a full-length trailer now. And we've got some new characters. Moana's grown up a little bit. There's a baby sister. Still has a relationship with the ocean. Maui, she's still a wayfinder.
Pigs and chicks.
Yep.
And water.
The Kakamora, is that what they were called?
What?
The little coconut, the little evil coconuts.
Oh, the coconuts are back, yeah.
I think this is promising. We've got Dwayne Johnson back, and I now cannot remember her name, but basically we have our original cast back, I think.
Cavallo?
Yeah. What's her first name? Owlie? It starts with an A. Dagnabbit.
Carvalho.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks cool. It sounded cool. Continuing the themes, and I think Moana. The first one I loved. I loved the movie. So this one could be good.
Yeah.
I think there's more story to be told there.
Yeah, maybe the problems with the first one will not be problems on this one, because they overcame that. I hope they don't go back to it. Yeah. Anyways. Anything else?
No, that's it. Figure we end with a happy one. Moana's happy.
Yeah. Oh, is she? Dun dun dun. We don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe Disney will make her the villain.
Did you catch a release date for that or time frame?
It's some.
It's in the future. I see, and I have this problem with trailers.
They have a full trailer, so
yeah.
Isn't it December?
Oh yeah, 2024.
November. Yeah.
Oh cool. So we won't have to wait long.
Yeah. So.
All right.
I guess that's it for this week. We come back next week for more pop culture news, entertainment, dances,
maybe
jokes.
If you're lucky.
Jokes. Would you eat goat baby or a matter baby?
What's the matter, baby?
Oh, no, what's over here, Anyway, that's it for this week. We'll come back next week. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.